Let's do it. Second match of the day. It's Precision Z versus Redeye. Again, implications for Amsterdam here in Rocket League Championship Series as we watch the European playoffs. Let's go down to the field where Shogun and JamesBot are awaiting with commentary. Take it away, guys.
Thank you very much, Axel Toss. We are here, and I have a stupid smile on my face right now because I am with my boy, JamesBot, for well, it's going to be a heck of a series, I do believe. How you doing, dude?
It only took, what, like a year for us to be able to kiss?
I didn't feel any of it. It didn't feel any of that time at all.
Well, it's good to have you back, man,
It's
and
good.
especially on a big stage like this, on a big day for Europe, especially, and getting to watch Precision Z and Redeye take it down, and especially your parachute pants or whatever the heck you're wearing under the desk.
Dude, I'm
they're
not standing up.
No one can see them, but they are making me uncomfortable.
It's good. I've got calf game
They're
going
like
on. He is
capris?
uncomfortable.
I don't know what they are.
You're just uncomfortable with the calf game, okay?
I guess I just
Leg
don't-
day is a real day.
But anyway, Precision Z versus Redeye. Redeye, especially, a player for them that I want people to keep an eye on is Chaussette. That guy plays so fast. He is a fast and fearless player. He kind of reminds me of what we see in North America from Classics, who's just so quick to the ball. Chaussette, he is never afraid to go and take that second touch, but this one's going to be a close one. Potentially, we saw them get 3-0'd by Precision Z a long time ago, and now they're going to have to show up.
Yeah, going to be a very interesting one here. Tequilas and the rest of Redeye are going to be very instrumental on pushing up that rotation throughout this game against a team that's very okay with allowing offense to come towards them. So a styles clash of sorts coming into this match as we almost see an early goal there. Skyline with a pass over into middle, but K-Dop is going to allow himself to get himself back. He's got some stuff to deal with, and he has dealt with it just fine. As Tequilas gets himself off the wall, but it should be dealt with Skyline. Actually isn't to do with the shot's not on target, but the pressure is still there for Precision Z.
That was a chance for Dedu. If he could have put that on net, that he might have been able to sneak that in, but he put it just wide, and it was knocked away.
So going to be played back up to the middle. K-Dop smart enough just to leave that one alone. Knows it's going to go over into the corner. And then trying to clear that one away. Dedu shot onto target. It's not going to be much, but Tequilas tries to put pressure on. And Skyline's going to try and make sure that that third rotation doesn't come in to try and put that ball into the net. As Precision Z now try and get rid of this ball, and they have managed to do so, but it's going to be immediately put back onto them. And we're seeing it already. Precision Z happy to let the ball come towards them. They're going to try and find a way through, and they might have just got it now. Sicky, 1v1, Square goes at the ball. Dedu, great save, but still not quite in. Just taken away now. Dedu has to deal with this, leaves it for Tequilas, and they've just got rid of it.
Oh, they had that opportunity. Sicky with that 1v1 chance. He didn't get the best fling on it, and not enough pace on that shot. Allowed it to be easily blocked, but Precision Z putting on the pressure early.
Still there as well. Another shot onto target. Tequilas with the clearance away with the save as well. And then Chaussette doesn't want that to even go off the backboard. Here comes Redeye now with their chance to try and break. K-Dop, though, doesn't want to see any of that until Tequilas keeps that pressure going. But Skyline and K-Dop going to start looking for each other. Here goes Skyline. Going to try and take it all the way as K-Dop starts to rotate backwards.
Skyline actually missed the boost at half field. Had he gotten that, he would have been able to go for that pass off the corner. So opportunity missed there for Precision Z.
Certainly something we see out of these teams at times. They are definitely not scared of going for these team plays. However, at times it can be very difficult for them to actually pull them off as to do. He's going to try and get to that one, but he's going to be beat to it by K-Dop. And now Skyline over in the corner, going to try and take it past Chaussette. Chaussette goes backwards, but still gets it over to his teammate in the form of Dedu. And now Tequilas has a chance for the shot here, but no real power onto that shot at all. As we're still in an even game here, a first game feeling out process as we're seeing as Tequilas has to get that out of the way of K-Dop, who is starting to barrel down towards him. Over into the corner, Chaussette just putting some pressure on. His Precision Z still holding up strong. Both defenses here not looking too weak, as they have both dealt with quite bad situations fairly well.
They're just trying to feel each other out at this point. You see a lot of long shots.
Oh, no way.
And not too many overcommitting moments. You see even there, that was just a push by one player. So they're going to have to work as a team a little bit more. And there's the chance for K-Dop.
You said they've got to work together a little bit more. That's exactly what they do. Skyline gets it off the backboard. Here comes K-Dop. It's just too far out for anyone from Redeye to get to.
K-Dop read that beautifully, and that was just a standard backboard pass. You do that enough times, you just eliminate all the boosts that the other team has. And the pressure from Precision Z, it has been building up all game long, and now they have the lead with just 2 minutes left to go.
So that's going to be the opener here, as we now going to see these teams open up just very slightly, trying to get their way through, and that's going to be a shot, but Dedu should be able to get the save onto that, and he has. Not much power onto it because it was pretty much directly at this shooter. And Tequilas pats that one down, gonna leave it.
See, another set there by Tequilas. That would have been good if somebody was there to follow it up, but there was no one there for Red Eye.
Just struggling to find themselves in position so far. Now Siki gets a nice little touch onto that one, just away from everyone. His team is in the lead, so no real need to play anything too risky until he knows his team is back on the rotation. Skyline puts that one up, possibly looking for Siki, but Siki realizes that's too far away from him. Now he can go and put some pressure on. That's on target. Oh, no, it's not. Just over to the side. And to do, eventually with the clearance away, but now Precision Z starting to squeeze Red Eye into their half.
That's dangerous.
Oh, just over to the side. Skyline gets it off the post. Here comes K-Dop. Just a little touch over to him, straight over to Dadu, but it still forces time to be wasted by Red Eye. Time that needs to be used to try and put together a team play that can be used to defeat this defense. Oh, nice little flick across. No one there to turn that in.
Two players again going for that ball. Not much going on for Red Eye. You see here Tequilas again leading the charge, but no one there to follow up the rebound except himself. Red Eye needs to send more players up. They need to commit to this. They're just playing a little too hesitant, and it's costing them.
Yes, if they're expecting mistakes to come out from a Precision Z defense, it's very unlikely to happen as Skyline gets himself up there. Before gets beat to it by Tequilas. Here comes K-Dop. He's got 3 players around him that he's got to beat. Wasn't going to happen now. Chasset, he's against Skyline, but Skyline has to deal with it because Chasset just couldn't quite get the final flick.
That 1v1 chance for Chasset yet again, but he couldn't get a hold of that ball to get the fling that he was wanting, and now it looks like Precision Z is going to take this one.
Yeah, just one more clearance is all they need. That is from K-Dop. He's going to try and follow that up, but just to put pressure on. And now Chasset has got the final opportunity of his team. Tries to carry it, but he's actually carried it further away from his teammates. If he left it, maybe something from the 2 players underneath.
Yeah, that chance there. There were a few opportunities for Red Eye, and especially Tequila's pushing the envelope a couple times, but they were just sitting in the back, just letting Precision Z take shot after shot, and you can see that reflected in the amount of saves that they had. 7 saves and 10 shots for Precision Z. We just saw Red Eye a little too timid, a little too scared to commit those players up. And again, they had those opportunities. A lot of goals at this level come from either plays off the backboard or those rebounds off of block shots. And we saw Tequilas forcing those shots and getting those rebounds. But if no one's there to put them in, you're just not going to score. So Red Eye really needs to amp up their offense in this next game.
Yes, we've seen this as well from Red Eye in previous series. That first game can be a little bit where they're just trying to get that rotation sorted out properly. They're just trying to maybe start to realize where each other should be. I think game 2 will be a much better tell as to whether or not nerves is really affecting them and forcing them to play back a little bit too much, or if they can come through, fix it up, and finally get a proper rotated game going and put some real pressure on this Precision Z squad.
Yeah, and a lot of what I have seen from Red Eye is they've had solo plays to rely on, especially from Dadu and Tequilas. Dadu just pressuring the ball up, but again, I don't think that's going to work for them against Precision Z because, I mean, last time they played him, it was 3 weeks ago, but still, right now, Precision Z is just looking like the better team.
Yeah, really were in that first game, but that is but the first step on a long road in this series. Not only that, but once you get past this, you've got Mocket waiting for you in that upper bracket finals. And the loser will take on Reunited in the lower bracket, where you have to win 2 in a row. No safety net at that point.
Yeah, both of these teams have taken out Reunited in the regular season. But still, you know you don't want to put yourself in a position where you lose the series and you're done for the season. But Precision Z, they have proven time and time again that they belong in that top 4 conversation. And here, after game number 1, they're positioning themselves well to move on in the into the postseason.
So 2 players commit themselves to that, but Precision Z are going to get away with it. As now K-Dop should be the first player onto that. Not too sure what he was going for there, just wanted to get rid of the pressure, and that leaves Siki by himself against Chasset. Chasset gets over the top, and Skyline forced to get it away just from his danger area, but here comes Dadu, just blocked away by K-Dop before he can get any reasonable touch onto the net.
Just fantastic defense from Precision Z there. Skyline knew he needed to just buy time for his teammate, and rather than putting a ball out where it could get hit in from the rebound, he put it so close to the wall and high and bought his team time.
Oh, that's dangerous play there from Skyline. Or K-Dop, I think it was, actually played that one towards the middle. They just about get away with it, and now Chasset is going to go up onto the wall. In fact, the bounce just wasn't quite far enough to the side. There's some bumps going on in the goal as Siki was getting taken out by Tequilas.
Unorthodox play there, did not result in a goal, but still there, an open net for Chasset.
Oh, dearie me. Absolutely no one left into the net. The rotation breaking down there for Precision Z. Siki not around. I didn't expect that miss.
You saw K-Dop in the air. He was flying after that ball, trying his best to get down and in front of that shot. He knew that he was the last player back. Came up just short, and now Red Eye take the lead.
So Red Eye starting off this game strong after a couple of mistakes in the Precision Z rotation. Here's the 1v1 from Dudu. Unfortunately, he's got 2 to get past. It's the most unfair 1v1 I've ever seen in my life. K-Dop gets that one over into the side.
Well, he also wasn't very creative with it. He had that very readable just side hit. It was an opportunity to maybe force the mind game and try to get that 50-50, get it to pop out for your teammate, but he just put it off to the side and kind of relieved pressure for Precision Z.
So Siki is going to leave that one towards the middle. Looks for K-Dop just a little bit too far in front of him, as K-Dop's going to be forced to watch that one go past him. Dudu's not in net. He should still be able to deal with that shot, and he has managed to do so. As Red Eye try and continue that pressure forward. They've been stuck in their own half for a little while now. Just trying to get it out, and that's going to be a shot. What a cracker from K-Dop!
And this hit from Chaussette was quite difficult. He read it off of the corner and was able to keep it from going back out into the middle of the net, but nobody from Red Eye was able to get back in net in time. You saw Dudu was trying to get there, but it appeared that he had no boost. It just continued pressure from Precision Z, and now they tie it up. Red Eye again playing very timid.
I think that was about as high as he could have hit that shot without actually even making some sort of contact with the crossbar.
Yeah, you couldn't fit a piece of paper in between that ball and the crossbar.
Skyline going to take his time, realizing there's no pressure on him. Oh, there's the pressure arriving, though, from Dudu. As K-Dop going to try and get that one off the backboard. Hasn't got the boost to try and go for the Devo. As Tequila's got the ball over into the corner. He's going to be beat to that one by Precision Z. Skyline, though, who gets an extra touch onto it. As Precision Z start to work this ball down to the other end of the field. There's a demolish in the background. Tequila's out of the play, but it's not going to matter too much. Chaussette, first player onto that ball, forcing some pressure onto Precision Z. As they're just trying to get this ball working around. 1-1 is still the scoreline. Tequila's has a great shot. Oh, what a play!
Tequila's! He is so good at redirecting these shots. Look at this angle here. Chaussette wins the 50-50, and he's so close to the wall, and somehow he was able to put that far post. That reminds me of when they played Mocket in the regular season, and he came off of the backboard above the goal and somehow was able to get that ball in. Tequila's is just a redirecting angled genius.
Yeah, but unlike that goal against Mocket, that touch was a lot more necessary. No teammates to help him out, just him by himself. What a shot he took. And that's going to hand the lead to Red Eye. Very good response to them after losing that first game. Coming out very strong here and just playing their regular game just a little bit stronger than last time. And Dudu with the shot tries to make it free.
2 went for it.
Tequila's though, oh. And that's the impressive thing though. Even if Precision Z do send 2 players, they seem to always be able to correct themselves just in time.
And a lot of that is due to just the amount of space that Red Eye is giving them.
Oh, that's almost been put in.
Again, it's Red Eye is giving them too much space to work with. A lot of the times where you see teams get punished for sending 2 players is when the other team is pressing and not giving any time to breathe, but Red Eye is giving them too much space.
So Tequila's gets that one just over the top of Siki. Here comes K-Dop, lovely shot from him, but an even better save from Chaussette. Now Tequila's passes over to Chaussette, who doesn't get the flick on. Dudu has to get himself back in net. After that was almost an unintentional pass over to the attacking player. Tequila's just clears that one down the field. K-Dop with a little flick on, but that's only over Tequila's. Tequila's looking to get off the backboard, but not enough power on that. And here comes the break now from Precision Z. Chaussette, that was a brave little touch there.
Well, that was intentional. A lot of times you can execute pinches if you're really good at it. You just have to time when you slam the front of your car into the ball and where that ball is in relationship to the walls. That was totally intentional, and a lot of times that can save your bacon.
The only risky part of that, though, is the fact that if it goes wrong, you've left yourself a ball trickling towards your own net. As we come towards the end of this game, Chaussette with the clearance away, and Red Eye just need to hold on, but they've got to save themselves from this shot from K-Dop, and they just got away with it, skied a bit too high.
And there you have it, Red Eye bouncing back in game number 2. Chaussette, you see there 2 epic saves, kind of playing the goalkeeper role for his team and also getting a goal himself. But again, look at the amount of saves that they were forced to make. Chaussette, 4 saves, Tequila's 1, Dudu 2, and again, the shot advantage in favor of Precision Z. Precision Z able to get a few more opportunities on net, and then Red Eye also, like you're saying, Precision Z had some opportunities, or had some instances, rather, of where they had 2 players go for the ball, and Red Eye didn't punish it. But again, this one's super, super close, just a 1-goal game. But Red Eye, they have done better now than they did in the last series, or the last time they played Precision Z. Last time in week 1, I believe, they got swept 3-0, and now fighting back in game number 2, getting the win.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see if they can continue that when we move on to our next map, which is going to be DFH Stormy.
Ooh.
Oh, it's a lovely little rainy day here. It makes me feel like I'm back in England, where it's just raining all the time. But yeah, what a game we just saw. Huge amount of defensive plays coming out. Red Eye doing their best impression of Precision Z. Just very well played all around. Yes, there was a couple of double commits to the same save, but if you get the win, you're not exactly going to be complaining about that afterwards.
Yeah, but if they want to continue that success or move on against a team like Mocket,
yes,
who is so good on defense, you need to be able to play at a little bit faster pace to try to capitalize on some of those backboard bounces and those rebound opportunities.
Yes, because if you play against a team like Mocket, they're going to be on you like straight away. But for the time being, their main focus is on this match. As Chauset comes out of that as the winner. Hasn't got time to play that, though, as it's taken away from him by K-Dub. It's going to be trickling towards the net, and Tequilas just comes into camera view.
Oh!
And that is going to be a shot there from Skyline. Early lead for Precision Z.
Just shutting down the clear here. You see Tequilas trying to get a big hit, and off the wall, K-Dub just denies it, and nobody was home for Red Eye, and Skyline just gets an easy layup.
We call that one panning. That's a pan down, that is.
A pan down?
Yes, you're panning it down. You ain't seeing no one else touch
what
that.
that means.
Oh, don't worry. Neither do we. We just say
Just
things
teach
at some
me.
points and just hope that they work as adjectives. Siki looks for Kate up, and then cleared away by Chauset. Siki puts that one up for Chauset with the eventual clear away. Over to Tequilas, but Tequilas ends up missing it. And now Dadu has to deal with 2 players, but he does it very well. As now Red Eye try and pull themselves back out.
Bump.
And there's some bumping going on in the background, but still not enough. Here's the pressure still on the Tequilas. Not able to get past that blue wall.
That was a smart play, going for that bump. Even if you don't get the bump, you force other players to jump. But a good recovery from K-Dub, and he was able to make the save.
Over into the corner, as Precision Z will look to try and increase their lead. And this is some dangerous defending there coming out, but they've got away with it. K-Dub just plays the ball just over to the top. Here comes Tequilas. Long clearance away from him, but only over to Skyline, who looks to try and get off the backboard. Follow up from Skyline, hits the crossbar, but another shot from Siki, 2-0.
Precision Z just continuing to make Red Eye try to get the saves. You see Skyline off the backboard, put it off the crossbar. That brought out both defenders, and Siki just had that open net. What a play there from Siki, just waiting, and then pouncing when he saw his opportunity.
Yeah, we saw that orange door just try and shut down on that ball, but wasn't quite able to do so. K-Dub's actually been bumped. That's going to force Skyline to get himself back. As Red Eye have left themselves a lot to do, but they've also got a lot of time to do it. Long clearance comes in, but only over to Chauset, who gets the ball. Going to try and go for the shot. Try to hit it with his rear end, but then just to try and get a little bit less power onto the ball, but ended up no contact onto the ball at all. As to do.
Dadu just throwing it in reverse, trying to get a little baby hit on it.
And if you get some sort of hit onto it, it's all good. Just get a little something as you're over into the corner. Dadu, ball up high. K-Dub shot onto target as Tequilas with the clearance away. And Precision Z will be happy with this sort of game so far, especially if those long balls keep being launched towards them, because they can deal with this very easily. Just keep those clearances coming. Red Eye needs to try and put together something a little bit more special with a little bit more dynamicism to it in order to beat this defense.
You see, they're just not committing players up. They're trying to just hit it downfield, and then they're waiting. They need to just follow that ball, play quickly.
Ball now played over to the side. 2 players on that wall, one of which is K-Dub, and he's going to pass it to Skyline. Skyline just a little bit too close to that ball in order to be able to actually get any real contact onto it. That's Siki. Actually going to be able to play that. Just found that little niggle in the side of the wall that's just got some angle to it to completely defeat the defender. K-Dub has got the boost to try and continue that, but Skyline has!
And this block from K-Dop, setting up the goal here. You see K-Dop getting up in the air, just shutting down to do Tequila's a feels backflip from Chaussette, but Skyline just barreling in with his import Takumi, and now 3-goal lead here for Precision Z. They're just putting on the pressure, not letting up, and Red Eye slowly losing out on this one.
In Game 2, we saw the perfect response from Red Eye to their loss. In Game 3, we've seen the perfect response from Precision Z, but still time for Chaussette to put plays like that's gonna... Tequilas gets a touch out of nowhere!
Chaussette going for the double tap here. Look at this with his alpha boost, following it up, and Siki trying to get the save, but that double touch from Chaussette just set it up for Tequilas. What a play there from Chaussette, forcing that one in, and an easy goal for Red Eye on the rebound. Tequila's there to finally clean that one up.
It's exactly what they needed, though. A little bit more flair towards their gameplay. Just something to unnerve this Precision Z defense. Over into the corner, Tequilas tries to launch a shot. There's going to be no one able to help him out with the rebound on that. Tequilas ball up high. Here comes Skyline. Shot onto target. Tequilas says no to that. And K-Dop trying to put some extra pressure on. No boost for that, but that's an open net. Who's going to be the first of that? Siki is, but Tequilas with the block immediately after.
That was a very bad miss. Red Eye's fortunate that they did not get punished for that.
It's going to be Tequilas looking for the setup, but Skyline takes it away early. As Red Eye still trailing in this match. It could have been further until Dadu came through with the save. Still getting beat to this ball every single time. It seems like every single time that ball reaches even the middle point of the map, a Precision Z player is there ready to just pound it back into the orange half. Here comes K-Dub, shot straight at Chaussette. And here's Skyline yet again, 4-1. That is a very comfortable pillow they now rest on.
Things starting to get away from Red Eye here. Chaussette tried to get the clear. Tequila's also coming across net, and Skyline just on an easy pop came in and just knocked it in. You see there, when you keep the ball in your opponent's half for so long, they start running out of boost, and there you saw the mistake. 2 players going out of net at the same time, and another goal for Siki and Precision Z. This is just all Precision Z.
Yeah, this is actually really bad now for Red Eye. They're letting this one fall apart quite a lot, and they're going to be in a position now after this match where they cannot afford to lose anymore. The rest of this match has to be used to build up momentum, because going into that 4th game completely down means you're trying to rebuild.
Yeah, that face-off was very poor for Red Eye. Just a huge win there. Nobody able to get back in net in time. And Red Eye, at this point, they're probably not going to be able to pull it back. But hopefully for them, they can at least get another goal, because their offense so far in the series has not been going well for them.
Well, that's going to be one of them. After a nice little bit of pressure on from Tequilas, setting up Chaussette.
Yeah, Chaussette getting a little bump there on K-Dop. And you see there a player from Precision Z actually got a piece on that, which made it bounce pretty quickly off the ceiling. Chaussette there, but still 3-goal deficit, 40 seconds. It's going to be quite difficult to overcome that.
Just over to the side to do. Nice clearing it away. Over to Chaussette. Puts that one up high, but Siki should be able to deal with it. It actually ends up missing it, but 3 players able to deal with that one in the defense. Now Skyline hitting K-Dop, saying, no, you go back. It's your turn to defend. They're all going to have to, though, because Siki is by himself. 17 seconds remaining in this match. It's been a convincing one so far, and it's even more convincing now.
You see Chaussette tried to get the save on the wall. It is difficult to read the ball when you're coming off the wall, but he had plenty of time for that one, and he just completely missed that one, and it goes crossbar down for Siki. Now 6 goals for Precision Z.
And it's stuff like that that sticks in your head when you reach those big, important moments. You start saying to yourself, wow, if I can make that mistake now, what's to say I can't make it when the pressure is really on? As everyone seems to be missing that, and Chaussette tried to get himself a consolation goal, but this is going to be a victory.
Going for the own goal there.
Go for it, why not?
But still, they can't give up just yet. They lost this game pretty badly, but at the same time, they still can bring it back. It's only 2-1, but that being said, they are 1 game away from getting knocked down into that lower bracket to play reunited, and Precision Z looking very good in this game so far.
They are looking very strong indeed. We're seeing some nice little spinning celebrations from these players. A very good game overall. Skyline, standout player though. there is not a single number there that does not look impressive.
2 hat tricks, one for Skyline and one for Sicky. Then you see 5 shots, 3 saves all around. Skyline really performing well for Precision Z, but the thing that Precision Z is doing that Red Eye is not is just continuing to follow up on that pressure. You see a lot of the goals that they got were just because they were able to keep the ball in Red Eye's half, keep going for those contests, winning those 50-50s. The one that K-Dot was able to win, bounce that one off the ceiling right down to his teammate. Red Eye struggling to do the same. Again, forced to make several saves. They need to start, and this is the time to do it. They are 1 game away from getting knocked down into the lower bracket. Only 2 teams after today are going to qualify for the championships and the grand finals. And right now, Red Eye really needs to step up.
I think it's entirely down at this point to whether or not Red Eye can get that possession back of the ball. They've barely seen any of it over the last couple of games, and now it seems like whenever they get a hold of it, it's a surprise to them. It's like, yes, we have the ball. We can finally use it a little bit. And then it's left them immediately, and they've not really done anything.
And also the defensive blunders. We saw Chassette on that sidewall. He had a pretty easy save by professional standards, and he missed that and ended up just going right in. So we'll see if Red Eye can bounce back from that, or if Precision Z is going to move on to play Mocket in the upper finals.
That was almost the perfect way of bouncing back. Ball up high early and just not quite going in. Dadu attempting a pass over to the middle. He's got it over to himself, and there's just continues to be a pain at the rear end, but not going in quite. There's now 2 players committing towards that, but K-Dop ends up winning it, and that's going to be a shot from K-Dop, forcing the save from Chassette.
Chassette getting the save on that one, but they're still not out of danger yet. K-Dop, just missing that one, and they might get to break out of their zone now, but pressure again.
Oh, Tequila's actually got an open goal to aim at, and he's going to take it. Early goal there for Red Eye.
Yeah, and this is another solo play. Tequila's doing it all himself. Again, Tequila's full field, but no help from his teammates. I don't know if this will be enough for them, but they're going to have to start working together more, but still a 1-goal lead right now. Red Eye has to win this one if they want to stay alive in the upper bracket.
It's been played away by K-Dop, but only over to Dadu, who's going to keep this charge going from Red Eye. They'll want 1 or 2 goals to follow up that first one quite quickly, rather than being forced to starting to fall back, as here comes a pass across from Chassette. But nothing quite from him. Skyline trying to get rid of it. Everyone now trying to get rid of it, as Skyline's going to be the one to play this over into the corner. It's him versus Dadu, and Dadu ends up getting a touch, but that's essentially a pass over to K-Dop, and that is going to be an equalizer.
And K-Dop getting this goal, but look at this bump attempt. Dadu tried to get the clear. He actually got a very bad miss, hit Skyline, forcing Chassette to jump, and then you saw him do the side flip, but K-Dop just placed it perfectly and out of reach of Chassette. But again, a heads-up play and a missed touch from Dadu, leading to that equalizer for Precision Z.
Very smart to keep that pressure going. Just be there. Force someone to realize that you're there. Put respect on your car and force them to move. As that ball's going to come off the backboard. Sicky happy to go for the overcommit, and that's why, because he gets the second goal.
Dadu was coming into the middle of the net. He thought Sicky was going to go to the far side, or right here, you see him. But Sicky somehow, on that angle, puts it right behind Dadu, completely surprised him, and Dadu not able to get the save. Precision Z take the lead.
You can tell exactly how confident Sicky was to go for that ball after he saw 2 players go to try and set him up. To leave the net completely open means he knew he was getting that one into the net. Very impressive when the pressure is on as much as it is. Now Sicky just playing that one into the final third of this Red Eye squad. But Red Eye have managed to clear it away, needing to get themselves back into this, but they're playing it towards their own net with no one actually ready on the goal line to try and play it away. But they've managed to get rid of it in a roundabout way. This has been very impressive here from Chassette. And now both him and Tequila's have got that ball set up to do. Beat to it by K-Dop, who's going to try and clear it away. He's got over to Skyline with the eventual clearance. And now here it goes. 2v1 here. Chassette was against 2 players. He's not managed to win it out, but both players managed to get himself back now. Red Eye need to try and defend here, but not quite able to turn it in here from Precision Z. Struggling so far to get that 3rd goal, but they will not necessarily care too much about that. Skyline, nice little doink on there from him.
Well, Precision Z, they have been in the half of Red Eye, getting the, forcing players to make saves, and you see challenging every 50-50. Red Eye needs to do the same if they hope to bring this one back. They're only down by 1 goal, half the game left to play. They can still do it, but they can't afford any more defensive blunders.
to do. Over to Tequila's, but Tequila's gets that play read by K-Dop. That's a pass over to the middle by Red Eye. Played off the backboard, but Chaussette gets himself up there in time. Skyline tries to find the angle. Try to hit it with the side of his car to try and squeeze that one in, but not quite getting it. Still, pressure coming in from Precision Z, not settling on this 1-goal lead. As the ball now off the backboard, Skyline looking for that pass, over to K-Dop, tries to make it free, not quite able to do so. Red Eye, not only do they need to score right now, but they need to avoid conceding yet another one.
Again, Precision Z on the brink of scoring, and Chaussette able to get the save that time off of the wall, but Precision Z is not letting up, and Red Eye just trying to battle this ball out of their own half.
Chaussette had to look at a type of shot that he had to deal with last game and was unable to do so. So very impressive from him, able to bounce back from that previous blunder and come back when it matters the most, keeping his team in this. Siki playing that one up high. Gonna try and follow that one up. Nice touch from him to do, flicks it over high, too far away from K-Dop to try and put some pressure onto it. Skyline and K-Dop both went up for that, but they should be able to deal with it. Left it quite close to the wall. Red Eye going to try and play it forward. That's going to be really annoying, though. Lovely bump there. And that means Precision Z can put it back onto offense. Oh, what a miss there. And Siki gives that pillow back.
Siki punishing Red Eye yet again. It actually looked like he got bumped for a little extra distance there, but Tequila's missed out on that. And Dadu, he was just left, just sitting there. And Siki comes in after that mistake and just punishes Red Eye. And now a 2-goal lead with a minute left. Red Eye has to step up, but what we've seen from them so far on the offensive side of the ball, it doesn't seem likely.
Chaussette has to try and make something work here. So does Dadu. Actually goes for net there. Actually a pass across to Chaussette. There might be a third there, but Tequila's gets it taken away from him by K-Dop. Fast flowing action here as we come towards the potential end of this series. 2 goals still separate these teams. As Dadu plays that one up high. K-Dop. Clearance away. And here comes Tequila's pass over to the middle. Almost managed to get that one on target from Chaussette. They needed that one to go in. That leaves them with so little time now to try and put a final goal in. Skyline clears that one away, only over to Tequila's, but gets a block onto the following move. They need this one to work out right now before they can even think about that third one. Siki plays that one down. Who's going to beat that one first? Tequila's gets it up high. Here comes Chaussette. Goal from him. We have 5 seconds here for the biggest play of Precision Z's, Red Eye's life.
We've seen teams come back in this situation. Chaussette coming in. Skyline was in the air. Siki not able to get back in time. 5 seconds left. They need a kickoff goal here very quickly. We've seen Flipside do some plays right off kickoff. Can Red Eye make this happen? It's a good pop.
Skyline's going to get that one on first, though. Plays over to the side. And that's going to be a shot for Tequila's. Hits the floor. Oh, the shot was there, but I don't think he even knew it was going to be coming to him.
Oh, in the final seconds, it did seem like they had that opportunity. That was the bounce that they needed off the kickoff. But again, Precision Z able to hold on and look again at the shot. The shots there for Precision Z and the saves from Red Eye. Red Eye, they just didn't have it in them today. They're on the offensive side of the ball, not pressuring enough. We even saw in the final few seconds of the game there, that ball was bouncing off of the backboard, and there were 2 players back in their own half. They just need to come out of their shell a little bit more, and it's not too late for them. They'll be playing reunited down in that lower bracket, but Precision Z able to take this one pretty easily over Red Eye.
Yeah, they've managed to take this one with a 3-1 victory. And to break it down, we're going to be handing over to Axel Toss and the rest of the analyst desk.
Thank you, Shogun and James Bot. What a performance there by Precision Z. High flying everywhere, getting plenty of goals, which means we have plenty of highlights to look at. Let's take another look at that one in this replay to see exactly how Precision Z was able to get that done.
Game 1, it was very much a feeler game. Like we say this all the time, teams come in trying to figure it out. Just a 1-0 win there by K-Dop's goal, but then it started to open up a little more. Game 2, again, a little bit slow, but this tip by Tequila's, great. Like, that angle was just nasty, and what a shot by Tequila's, and that's why it's one of the best shooting percentages in the game. And then we just went crazy in Game 3 from Precision Z. They did not like that Red Eye beat them once, and winning 6-2 in Game 3.
They really just came alive. They started putting on the shots, and not just any kind of shots. Their placements were incredible.
Yep.
They high mechanical skills shown in a lot of their shots. Some good team plays. I mean, you see them working together right here. 2 actually dedicated, and Siki still got around that for the angle.
Well, in the 3 wins they had double-digit shots in all 3 games. 10 shots, 16 shots in that Game 3, and then 12 shots in Game 4. It was basically Red Eye couldn't get out of their zone because of the shot placement, like as you were saying, because sometimes they give a really weak shot and then the goalie can get that massive clear, but Precision Z was not allowing that at all, and Red Eye was kind of just sitting back hoping to get counter plays, and it worked in one of the games, but it was not going to work for 3 wins.
Yeah, I mean, the placement is a big key. You definitely see them take shots to tight corners, right on the post, right on the crossbar, which the goalie doesn't, like you said, doesn't have a hard time, they're going to have a hard time getting a good clear out of it. And since they had good rotations and they were playing consistent, you know, most of their shots were on target and accurate, not just some of them, which is what we were talking about earlier. Their consistency is just like top notch.
I think Precision Z has to be feeling really good after that match. They're showing some really good Rocket League play. And remember, next up, they're playing against Maccadees. It's going to be a little bit later. But first, we're going to have to say goodbye to one of these teams in RLCS. Up next, it's going to be Reunited versus Red Eye. This is from the lower bracket, which means the loser will go home. The winner is going to stay alive a little bit longer. So lots to look forward here at the Rocket League Championship Series. You're watching our coverage of the European playoffs. We're trying to find out who's going to the regional championships next week and who's going to Amsterdam at the grand final. Again, coming up next is going to be Reunited versus Red Eye. The loser will be out. Stay tuned.